Welcome back to more Naval Action. We are out and about in our Bucentaure and about to hit up this third rate +5. So I'll just slowly get into position behind him and we'll tag him up and see how we go. There was a power over there, but I prefer the challenge of a few more ships to fight. What I want to do is get in close behind him, turn my broadside on him before I do the tag, which would be something like now. More or less. Slightly angled. Bit late here, so I were hoping to actually get a rake in with some chains, but instead we'll hammer the rudder on this guy and then start turning and running with the wind. There is this thing that the first time you leave port after a lock-in, it takes a bit longer. And the first time you get into a fight after locking also takes slightly longer, and you'll have this where you're actually delayed by a few seconds, so the enemy will be firing at you as you're coming in. Right, let's take a look at the mix of ships here in a second. This starting position of mine, not the best attacks, and it cost us a fair bit of damage early on. Probably gonna go full speed and put up a repair already now. You don't want to fall behind on your repairs. It's gonna get harder to get your armor and things back later on. So what we have, 2 Vasas, 2 USS and 2 third rates. Not overly complicated. Powerful shot. Angle away and have these guys chase me. And at some point we're gonna start turning around to our left and battling them going upwind. We have better abilities to go upwind than they do. The AI generally doesn't work too well upwind, and I need to practice fighting upwind. Repairs coming up. Hopefully you can keep this guy up front. Don't keep focus firing on him. Otherwise, this Vasa here, or USS coming up here might be the next one to go for instead. Let's see. Still penetrate at an angle. much angle on that guy now. But he should be flattening out fairly soon. And as long as I can keep him there, just following me in a great line, I'm happy. Probably see if I can get full reload in and then come back and engage that guy. Got one coming up behind me fast, trying to get the stern rig in. That guy is slowing down. Alright, push a bit more into the wind. I'm still getting to know the Bucentaure, so I'm not quite confident on what her sailing profile is yet and how close she can go to the wind and everything like that. So that'll be a good exercise. Could have been better. Still dropping a bit of speed. Might even get one on each side and then alternate targets with the broadsides. The repairs back up, so full broadside back up. Reload the stern. Oi. Turn out a bit, give them the broadside, and turn back in to angle a bit more. Hit, and the other guy's coming back up on the opposite side here. I turned right into that one. Should turn slightly quicker. That one he wouldn't have hit as much on my stern, but look at. Pull into the wind and then quickly out again. He's caught in the wind now, so we're just going to get in here. Fire our broadside and get back out before we lose all our speed. Just enough here. I may have gone too close to the wind there. We'll see. 2.5, we're still moving and turning. Range is good, just gonna let him flat out. There we go, more or less. Good hit. And that guy's falling back again, so fighting on the opposite side now. I'm still going to keep closer to the wind, even though they might overtake me. Because they'll be angling too far at me. And it gives me the opportunity to, as soon as these lead 3 pass by me or get to me, I can turn around and engage the rear. And we have the Vasa and a third rate heavily damaged in the rear, so like those odds. Broadside ready. pulled out slightly further. Alright. I'm not going to engage my rudder repair just yet. Gotta wait until we actually need to maneuver. Something like that, maybe. Alright, that guy is coming in close now. We may want to switch our focus. I would like to keep firing at that USS up there, just to take out as many guns as I can as quickly as I can, instead of spreading my damage around. But the maneuvers right now don't really leave me much choice. That third raid coming up. We're still spreading them out. To aim slightly forward. Two minutes until our next repair. I'm still waiting on the opportunity to actually engage the emergency repairs on the rudder. But see, they don't like sailing too close to the wind. I'm more closely hauled than they are. Not completely tight, but they are pulling away from me and being spread out. I mean, at some point we can rush, engage one by one. Right. 12s are going to bounce. Might be time to just angle out a bit, let him flat out instead of fighting the wind, so I can keep this guy in our focus. The rest of them are just chasing. These two are adding fire but not doing any real damage. Come on, don't go completely the opposite way. He's tagging. Which is slightly annoying. Few more minutes and we would have him down. Is that the USS out there that we already damaged? No, it's not. It's a third rate. That's a Vasa. Damaged USS and third rate is falling back. These two are kind of hugging. As long as they are that, might as well turn into the Vasa. Get another repair up. Now do multiple fights like this. If you can just spread them out, you're basically just dealing with 6 single fights in one turn. instead of fighting multiples. You might be fighting one or two at the same time, but you're not necessarily fighting all 6 or 7. Right, he's coming in fast. Get the other one coming up on our opposite side. 1 minute and 30 until we can get our rudder back up to optimal. Might have to use our sails here. We want to angle before he fires. Hit. Start reloading these. See if we can actually turn out as far as we get. Sorry. Get Knut Jemmingsen into our firing arc. If you start turning out now, he should be coming up on the opposite side of the Vasa, depending. Though he may actually turn in behind us. And if he is, I'm gonna let him. Yeah. It's gonna be a steep angle on this guy. Yeah, Demon's going in and he's flattening out. And we got spare crew for the stern guns. Chaser fire from that Vasa back there. Still got them spread out fairly, but we're playing into their strength by going with the wind instead of up the wind. But I have the option to turn and engage on my left hand side there. I'll see if I can pick this guy off first. Slow down and get close. And you'll notice I'm not putting my sails down. What I am doing is turning my sails instead to bleed a bit of speed and then re-engaging them to pick up speed again. You'll see a lot of new players going full sails, battle sails, half slow, slow, half, battle sails, half, slow, back and forth. And it takes a lot of time to get your sails up and down, which is a neat mechanic. So what you can do instead is use Q and E to move your forward mast, and set and C to move your main mast and your mizzen mast, and thereby bleeding speed using that, and your T button to power and depower your just the depower, and that's going to be way quicker and easier to control than trying to sails up, sails down, sails up, sails down. Especially doing something like this where you want to keep moving and maneuvering. Putting sails up, taking sails down too many times is going to be a disadvantage to you and an advantage to them. So just quickly turn your sails into the wind so they don't get as much power. Do what you need to do, like fire a broadside or stuff like that, and then turn away again. I'm going to do the same thing here. So get that broadside in, well, not the broadside in, but top deck in at least. Short. Bit more in. Make sure I hit There's not enough. If you look at his sailing, there we go. Structure's down. All right, we're gonna speed back up, and we're gonna take the third rate on our right-hand side now. 5 and a 4. Get our rudder back up. It's gonna be close maneuvers. We're gonna angle away from this guy because at this range he's gonna just punch through us. But if we can get him at a slight disadvantage on speed or angle, it allows us to reload, turn in, fire, turn away, angle his shots, and come back in once we're ready. Slightly low, pumps out, it's good. I'm just going to stay in position for the 42s. Fire, angle out. Do full reload, come back in, finish him off. Most of his shots deflect. I'm not too worried about looting in this fight. Just regular guys, so if I was doing something different, I might be keeping them a bit more tight, so I got the looting option if needed. But for something like this, I'm just for the XP. Decent hit. 42 should be up in a second. As soon as they are, they should finish them off. I'll make sure they hit. Good aim. And there you see his structure going into the last 20%. He's going to sink now. Alright, let's come around. Are we going to go for that guy now? The status is that guy's sinking. That guy's sinking. That guy's still up. So we got USS and Vasa fairly close. Vasa undamaged. And that third rate is heavily damaged, so should be able to deal with him fairly easy. What we're going to do here is try to get this USS to turn with us into the wind. Come on. Come on. Flatten out. See, I'm bleeding speed again. I've depowered and I've turned my sails, but I'm keeping at full sails. Means I'm slowing down, letting him get closer. They usually flat out as I do. Got fire and speed back up. I'll keep turning it into him to force him around and get us close to the wind, where I have the upper hand. So far, 25 minutes in, 2 going down. I honestly should have had 3 going down at this point. Keep turning him around. Alright, finally close. Feel like it. The other guy coming around. One guy finally sunk. Who's that? That's the Vasa. Third rate's being brought up. Well, as long as he's there, that guy's not going to shoot at me. We'll take a bit of direct point blank fire here. Well, right now this guy is actually working as a shield from that Vasa. And the other one coming up behind him, so. You see that third ray is damaged his starboard side. We could do a heavy, or not heavy, but a sharp turn starboard, come around right, and then start engaging him with our opposite battery. So anything overshoots is going to be the mark. Alright. 3 to 4 broadsides in on that third rate is done. Probably 3. I hit. Alright, so now he's bleeding speed all of a sudden. Get out of here. Just gonna do the same broadside end, then we're gonna go right. I would want to stay with this guy now. Ideally, I would be turning further away to the right and engage the third rate behind me. But this guy needs one more solid hit and then he's dead. I'm just going to stick around for a minute. I'm going to reload as quick as I can, stay with him. Take whatever damage he puts out. And we're going to turn and get that third rate down. Quite. Here comes the 42s. Good boss. Actually, could come around right, start engaging, but that third raid is coming up behind him. Unless he turns. Oh, he is turning. Oh, fair enough. Slowing down, turning in. If he kept to the opposite side of him, we could just stay on this course and engage. But he is turning. Let's pop a repair. Still got a decent amount of crew. See if we can get past him on his front and then come around to fight on his opposite side. Stop taking that mag pump, would you? Another one down. That's 3. Vase are giving us a 3 stone rake option here. We'll just take it. Oh, apparently we're on fire. I'll slow down slightly. I'm going to come in behind this guy. Have him pass out in front of me. Only a partial broadside that, but I'll do. He should be coming up in front of me. As soon as he does, we can speed back up by turning to the left. Start to get the turn on. Right, gaining speed. Repair's doing well. I'm not going to bother with that Vasa for now. It's full health, and my goal here is to take out the 3rd raid. It's going to get reloaded, really. 12 maybe. Take out this road. We are turning, however. Bad aim. There he is. We'll conserve the 42s, he's angling back out again. 12's are back up. Few hit behind, but of little consequence. Range. Oh, should be reloading on the opposite side too. Pumps out. Stern damage. Well, down 100 and some crew. I got enough of my reloads. That's usually when that becomes a compromise. Oh, admin mission, 30 minutes left. We can do this easily enough. That's usually when I start to engage crew. I was about to say crew repair, but usually when I use my rum to get my crew back into fighting shape, is when I'm starting to suffer on the reload. Should be the 3rd raid sinking. Yep. Let's turn the vases. Sorry for it being a dark fight. it is, I guess. Check out the rudder. Oh, did take away his entire stand though. Bit of fire incoming for that sinking third rate. Well, if you insist. I missed most of that. This ball shooting. There we go. Better. We got enough time yet. Still 25 minutes before we're pushing maintenance, so plenty of time to go. But I do want to thank these guys. I know you guys don't appreciate overly long videos, so let's get these guys down. Gonna close with Cuthbert here and take him out, then Louis Marie. Third rate's down. On there. Yeah. Got an angle. We'll reload as you get closer, and we'll take him broadside to broadside. Now the Vassas do pack a punch, but they're no match in the pair for. As AIs, they're not a match. Riding high. Hit. He's coming up fast. I have to split fire between them. We'll see. Doing a bit of damage there. Minute 40 for the next repair. Speed up. 42s and the 12s in at the same time. Should be enough. Just shy. Alright, 24s. Take him out. He's going to sink. Keep at him and give him the 12s as soon as I reload it. No, he's slowing down. Sink. Come around. Engage the other one and do another repair. A lot of people have been asking me about the way I've controlled my guns, like using the F1, 2, 3, 4 to disable decks and the F5. Usually I always disable decks as they are reloading. Some ask if it speeds it up. I haven't been able to find any data that supports that it actually does, but it feels like it does. Not sure it actually do, but it feels like it. Secondly, I like to control which decks I shoot and make that decision as I come into the shot and not before I take it, because things may change and you're off aim or something like that by using multiple decks. Also, it's a habit I've gotten into with mixed loadout ships, to see if I have a mix of carronades or balloons and longs and stuff like that, which all have a slightly different trajectory. It just makes it so much easier to control the decks. One by one, and selecting who goes into the next shot fired just before you take the shot. And anything disabled from reloading, I usually have unlocked, so there's not a red cross over it. That way I'm absolutely clear that that side is either unloaded or not being reloaded, or loaded ready to fire, but not prioritized. And that's why I do what I do. Got a few leaks in on us on the last one, is because of the heel here. Able to fire down low. Leaks are plucked. Alright, just need to skin this one. Now, running slightly low, we're at 43 minutes of the video already. Will be another few minutes until we get this one down. But I hope you enjoy nonetheless. A bit more of a one versus plenty instead of the usual 1v1 videos out there. Now, if there's a specific ship you'd like to see me using in game, let me know in the comments on any video really, and I'll see what I can do if I have one or have the ability to build one and show you. Right now I'm using this one, the Bucentaure, just because I want to max out the books on it. I got 3 already, 4th is coming up. I think it was like 5,000 XP I needed for the 4th book, and then we're gonna do the last one. After that, I'll probably be moving to something like the San Pavel, or yeah, probably San Pavel or the Endymion. I'm starting to do a bit more gameplay in those, just get the XP up. I don't use the Pavel for much or anything in particular really. The Endymion I do for certain board battles and stuff like that. So it might fall on that. But I like to have something like a frigate or heavy frigate and a line ship that I can alternate in between as I'm grinding XP. It's just doing the same thing over and over again. Gets kind of repetitive. Alright, the repair is done. Probably happened for a while. I just missed it because I was ranting. Focus back the gun crew. And reload the opposite side. It's just one cannon not reloaded yet. If I can aim properly, maybe able to bring him down when the 42s come up. If not, then the next round of the 24s will take him down. His pump's heavily damaged. He's going to take him some water now. No, still need to push him a bit further down before we start sinking. Reloading. Gotta move some crew to the sails so I can slow down. Just 2 down seconds. A bit more fire and he'll be gone. He'll be sinking already. Pump's slightly damaged, and the fight will be over. So that was Bucentaure versus another 6 ships, 2 third rates, 2 Vassals, 2 USS United States. Fairly comfortable fight, nothing too strenuous. But it was my first with the Bucentaure solo against multiple enemies, so it's good to get the feel for it. Just get to know your ship better. Yeah, go down. See if I can loot that other guy over there. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Logbook. Never mind. Doubloons! Hurrah! Oh, that guy? No. He'd vanished. That was it. Let's see how much we get from this. $4,617 XP and 400,000. That's not bad. Yeah, we'll be heading back to Mona, refit, and we'll be back once maintenance is over. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the fight, and until next time, stay safe.